Asian Paints presents New Business Ace Conclave and Business Excellence Awards 2013, the roadmap to doubling of growth of the Nepali economy to 7% GDP, in association with Seagram's Railstack and National Insurance Company. 24th August 2013 at Solti Crown Plaza. Media partner Arthik Abhiyan, The Corporate, Himalaya Television, Headlines and Music FM. Supported by Nepal Life Insurance.
An enigmatic land of heritage, culture and a checkered history, Nepal has been loved and visited by people from around the world. Amidst occasional turmoil, Nepal remained a widely visited nation, maintained its growth rate between 3 and 7% per annum for decades now, maintained its basic economic indicators in a positive direction, and did not slip into extreme chaos or division even during the worst hardships of the Maoist insurgency till a decade ago. The land of the tallest peaks like Mount Everest or Kanchenjunga, Makalu or Lhotse, exquisite lakes like that of Rara or the Fewa lakes, world-class jungle safari in Chitwan Natural Park, some of the best holiday destinations of the Himalayas like Pokhara, burgeoning industrial townships like Birganj or Biratnagar, and an extremely busy, vibrant, youthful Kathmandu Valley. Nepal, indeed, is diversity at its best. Decades of political unrest, bitter ideological conflict, a shaky framework of democracy, despondency of some sections of the people, and challenges to entrepreneurship and of infrastructure. All of these have surely brought in an air of hopelessness among some youths. And there is a large number of educated or skilled youths who are leaving this country for greener pastures around the world. It is not a wonder that Nepal receives as remittance equivalent to nearly a quarter of its GDP. But notwithstanding the challenges, every Nepali at heart dreams for turning the nation of exquisite beauty into the Switzerland of Asia. Every educated Nepali rightly wants to reap the best economic advantages of being landlocked between two large and fast developing neighbors, India and China. And today, most adult citizens of this nation are awaiting for ensuing elections to be held in time and peacefully, and political parties agreeing on a common economic agenda to take this country into a prosperous future. Where do we go from here? Future is pregnant with possibilities indeed. Let's begin with the changing face of road network. The latest economic survey of the Finance Ministry says that more than 10,000 kilometers of roads are black-topped. Almost 6,000 kilometers of roads have been gravelled, apart from 8,500 kilometers of earthen roads in Nepal. Except Humla and Dolpa, all other 73 districts have good road access. The road connectivity with China has also added value to Nepal's economic sector. With the government trying to make road investment strategy clear and long-term, there is an enhanced interest of the private sector too in investing herein. The public-private people partnership-driven Kathmandu-Kulekhani-Hetauda tunnel road is the signature evidence of this positivism. Coming next to health and education, Nepal is on a positive direction towards largely meeting the Millennium Development Goals by 2015. Primary school enrollment has already crossed a whopping 95%, though at the secondary education level, it is still 1 on 3 eligible children in education, in spite of some increase over the years. The latest infant mortality rate is at 9 per 1,000 live births, and maternal mortality rate has dropped to 230 per 1 lakh live births, making the picture reasonably better than most other South Asian neighbors. Significantly, nearly 4,500 health institutions of various dimensions are providing health services to some 28 million people in this country. Nepal Living Standard Survey notes that 1 on 4 Nepalis today are below the poverty line, much better situation than a decade or two ago. Hydropower hopes have eluded the Himalayan nation for decades. Nepal's vast water resources are said to be next only to Brazil. However, till date, Nepal is only producing 700 megawatts of electricity, whereas the known sources of hydropower can actually produce above 80,000 megawatts, and it is still counting. This is one sector alone that can change the face of this nation. There are some clear signs towards progress though. Apar Tamakoshi project with 456 megawatts is progressing fast. based on eco-friendly run-of-the-river model. 6 other projects totaling around 240 megawatts are also in progress. However, this sector needs clear and effective long-term policies, investment-friendly environment and political stability. The agricultural sector has also taken a boost, with 41 projects running on first priority and 9 kept in second priority by the government, as listed by the National Planning Commission. These projects include Special Agricultural Production Program, Cooperative Farming, Micro Irrigation, Livestock Health Service, Agricultural Research Program and others. The per hectare productivity today is around Rs 1.6 lakhs. 20% of the land available for agriculture is already irrigated, and average income of agricultural labor has crossed 70,000 rupees per annum. Not the best of the situations, but still no one dies of hunger in Nepal. In the manufacturing sector, the average growth rate per year over the last 5 years has been close to 2%. Production of food products, beverages, cigarettes, shoes, soaps, cement and plastic products have grown more than 3% per annum in this period. More than 1,000 medium to large industries employing 3 lakhs people function, alongside more than 1 lakh cottage and small industries with 6 lakhs people employed. Higher electricity and more and better roads can work miracles in this sector. Finally, tourism. Insurgency and political instability hitting tourism hard for some time in the past, Nepal is now witnessing as positive signs, with the total tourist arrivals in 2012 figuring 6 lakhs only by the air route. The average stay and spending per person per day is still low, with less than $40 a day spent by the tourists. With 10 5-star and 27 3 and 4-star hotels, Nepal has a long way to go to tap the full potentials of tourism, which can be comparable to Malaysia and beyond. Yes, there is a long way to go for this beautiful nation of hard-working, patriotic and industrial people from the mountains, the hills and the Tarai Madesh. A nation where women have a better position in society than many other South Asian nations in general, in spite of poverty. A nation where youths work and study together in cities to earn economic independence. A nation where hugely diverse people live, work and enjoy each other's festivals together. This nation awaits a visionary statesman-like leadership ahead and the collective will of many to make a difference in the Committee of Nations.
सबैलाई रातो टीका सबैलाई नेपाल लाइफ
चिरञ्जीवी भव
नेपाल लाइफ, किनकि जीवन अमूल्य छ।
अब नेपाल लाइफको रु 60 देखि 80 सम्मको सर्वाधिक बोनस दरले उच्चतम प्रतिफल प्राप्त गर्नुहोस्।
ये थिए सामान्य समाचार। अब आर्थिक समाचार। माफ गर्नु होला।
ताजा आर्थिक समाचार खोज्नु भएको
हो।
पढ्नुहोस् आर्थिक अभियान राष्ट्रिय दैनिक। हरेक दृष्टि आर्थिक कोण।
Back then, I had it all. A big mansion, celebrity parents, and some say a silver spoon. But closer to my heart was a question: have I made it large? From silver spoon to the silver screen, and then to a billion hearts. The journey was tough, but Langra Tyagi made it. So did this same question: have I made it large? Even today, it seems I have it all. A black guitar, not a silver spoon. And even today, the same question is closest to me. Have I made it large?
Seagram's Royal Stag Mega Music. It's your life. Make it large.
No matter what, protect your walls with Royale. It comes with Teflon Surface Protector.
यी हुन् मिस्टर रवि, निमाजीको छिमेकी। अलि ईर्ष्यालु स्वभावका अनि त्यति स्मार्ट सायद हुनुहुन्न। यी हुन् मिस्टर निमा, रविजीको छिमेकी। अलि हँसिलो स्वभावका साथै धेरै स्मार्ट हुनुहुन्छ। निमाजीले आफ्नो घरको टाइलको सुरक्षा गर्न कुन रङ लगाउलान् भनेर रविलाई खस लागेको छ। त्यसैले आज रवि खुसी छन्। तर 5 वर्ष बित्दा पनि निमाजीको घरको टाइल जस्ताको त्यस्तै देखेर रविजी चिन्तित छन्। तर निमाजीको घरमा खुसियाली छाएको छ।
एपेक्स टाइल गार्ड, जसले तपाईको घरको टाइललाई घाम पानी र लेउ लाग्नबाट जोगाउँछ। यसमा छ वर्षाको पानीसँगै टाइल सफा गर्ने लोटस लिफ प्रविधि।
एपेक्स टाइल गार्ड,
राइट चोइस फर ब्राइट पिपल।
Asian Paints presents New Business Age Conclave and Business Excellence Awards 2013, the roadmap to doubling of growth of the Nepali economy to 7% GDP, in association with Seagram's Royal Stag and National Insurance Company. 24th August 2013 at Solti Crown Plaza. Media partner Arthik Abhiyan, The Corporate, Himalaya Television, Headlines and Music FM. Supported by Nepal Life Insurance.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am Shivani Thapa and your MC for this afternoon. Harek Drishti Arthik Korn is not a mere tagline, ladies and gentlemen, for New Business Age. It is our belief and philosophy. We believe only this drishti or vision can take Nepal to economic prosperity. The prosperity and happiness can only come with informed decisions on investment, businesses and policies. The New Business Age group, ladies and gentlemen, therefore caters useful information through its flagship publications, New Business Age Monthly, Arthik Abhiyan Daily, the Corporate Weekly, and 2 dynamic portals, namely www.abhiyan.com.np and www.newbusinessage.com. Doubling of growth of the Nepali economy to 7% GDP, the roadmap ahead. This is the theme of today's conclave. Perhaps it sums up of everything. The road we want to travel, not only today, but many more days to come and months to come, direction we want to head, and the goal we want to achieve. This conclave is partnered by the leading multinational corporation, Asian Paints. First of all, I have the privilege, ladies and gentlemen, to invite to the dais our chief guest, Honorable Minister for Finance, Mr. Shankar Koirala. My pleasure, ladies and gentlemen, to invite to the dais our guest of honor, Governor at the Nepal Rashtra Bank, respected Mr. Yuvaraj Khatiwala. I take equal pleasure to invite to the dais the Chairman of New Business Age, the NBA, as well as the Editor-in-Chief, Mr. Madan Lamsal. Thank you, gentlemen. The entire NBA family joins in welcoming you all to this August gathering, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you for being with us for this last 1.5 decades. During all highs and lows of New Businesses Private Limited, today's gathering here is yet another milestone that the media house New Biz achieves from your support and trust on us. Both Economic Growth Conclave and Business Award Ceremony are indeed the maiden initiatives, but they are going to be annual events for the years to come.
Thank you once again, Mr. Lamsal, for setting the tone for the rest of the day and making it clear what we want to achieve from this August gathering. And now, in the truest traditions, ladies and gentlemen, of our beautiful nation with rich culture and heritage, let me now invite the chief guest of the day, Honorable Finance Minister Mr. Shankar Koirala, to light the ceremonial lamp at the traditional panels placed right in front of the stage to dispel darkness and spread the light of knowledge. Please welcome our Honorable Minister for Finance, Mr. Shankar Koirala, for the inaugural speech.
One, the theme of this program itself has the greatest significance at this time, when the government of Nepal is aiming for accelerated economic growth rate and graduating Nepal from a least developed country to a developing country by 2022. Two, I was very much curious to see how the business leaders, entrepreneurs, and the successful managers were doing in their respective field and how their works had been contributing for higher growth rate of Nepal.
We have now a very important aspect of the event, the launch of a special book on economic growth of Nepal. Nepalko Arthik Briddhi Ek Margachitra, Samriddha Nepal Abhiyan, as to how we can double the current growth. More than 100 experts, economists, business leaders, academics, et al. Have written, and our team of dedicated journalists have put together facts and figures of every single economic domain of Nepal, along with the expectations of the private sector and people at large in each domain, along with government policies in that context in this book, ladies and gentlemen. Some of our guests here, dignified guests, head of the lead partner, Asian Paints, Mr. Buddhaditya Mukherjee, the chairman of New Biz Awards jury, Mr. Prabhakar Samsher JB Rana, FNCCI President, Mr. Suraj Vaidya, CNI Founder President, Mr. Binod Chaudhary, and Nepal Bankers Association President Rajan Singh Bhandari to join our distinguished guest at the stage for the formal release of the book.
सबैलाई रातो टीका सबैलाई नेपाल लाइफ
चिरञ्जीवी भव
नेपाल लाइफ, किनकि जीवन अमूल्य छ।
अब नेपाल लाइफको रु 60 देखि 80 सम्मको सर्वाधिक बोनस दरले उच्चतम प्रतिफल प्राप्त गर्नुहोस्।
ये थिए सामान्य समाचार। अब आर्थिक समाचार। माफ गर्नुहोला।
ताजा आर्थिक समाचार खोज्नु भएको
हो।
पढ्नुहोस् आर्थिक अभियान राष्ट्रिय दैनिक। हरेक दृष्टि आर्थिक कोण।
Amazing textures from Asian Paints Royal Play. Feel the change.
We have divided 5 clusters of discussion, that is private sector, financial sector, real sector, joint venture, and international guest speaker. And I would invite at the end to Dr. Khatioda, not only as the governor of the central bank, who has got the much larger personality as a renowned international economist, to sum up the discussions we will have here. Let me begin with Mr. Ashok Vaid, who brings a great vision of a greater Birganj.
I appreciate your recognition of the good work being done at regional levels across Nepal and the invitation extended to me to address this August gathering in my capacity as the President of Birganj Chamber of Commerce and Industries. Before moving on to the issue connected to Birganj specifically, my first observation is that the nation has to empathetically move towards higher number of business enterprises, higher productivity per unit and per person, and higher exports, limiting our dependency on imports for domestic consumption.
May I now invite Mr. Haribhakta Sharma, Vice President of Confederation of Nepalese Industries, who will speak on growth and investment.
Country of which I am a citizen, 41st biggest in terms of population. About 5 months back, this country was about 167th poorest in the world. Without not having a major impact in our economy, it has become 177th poorest in the world because the dollar had appreciated. Thanks to the government and to the governor, there's no intervention coming in spite of our currency being devaluated by about roughly 30%, and Nepal being poorest by 10th grade in about 5 months' time. I, as a young entrepreneur, I believe that this country has a very big potential to achieve. We have very, very ambitious and very resilient young population. This country is open and connected with both the fastest growing economies in Asia, India and China. We have across the border about 2.7 billion market, 2.7 billion people's market.
Thank you, Mr. Sharma. I would like to request Mr. Binod Chaudhary.
आज हामी 7% आर्थिक वृद्धिको कुरा गर्दैछौँ, जबकि नेपाल उद्योग परिसंघले आजभन्दा 6 वर्ष अघि 2 अङ्कको आर्थिक वृद्धि र प्रत्येक नेपालीको न्यूनतम मासिक आय रु 12,000 पुर्याउने अवधारणा प्रस्तुत गरेको थियो। आम नेपालीले बुझ्ने भाषामा हामीले यसलाई सबै नेपालीको मासिक रु 12,000 एक राष्ट्रिय संकल्पको संज्ञा दिएका थियौँ। हामीले यो अवधारणा प्रस्तुत गर्नुको एकमात्र आधार थियो आर्थिक समुन्नतिको अभावमा सामाजिक एवं राजनीतिक अस्थिरता आउन सक्दैन र यी दुई पक्ष एकअर्काका परिपूरक हुन्।
Thank you, Mr. Chaudhary. And now I would like to invite Mr. Suraj Vaidya.
Is in FNCCI, we've started a very small initiative. It's nothing too big. We're not talking about multi-billion investment. We're not talking about foreign direct investment. We're talking about one district, one product. We want to bring hope. It's not hope. When you go back to the people in Nepal and you talk to them, they all know Nepal has the potential. They all know that we can do things right. What they're lacking is an opportunity. They're not asking for huge investment. They're asking for small investment. They're asking for networking. They're asking for marketing to get their products into the market at a fair price. In Dhading, which is a district next to Kathmandu, roughly 33% of the vegetables that come to Kathmandu comes in from Dhading. The people in Dhading wants to brand their vegetables as organic vegetable. Can we work with them?
Thank you, Mr. Vaidya. Now we move on to the next topic of role of financial sector in fueling and facilitating growth that we are expecting it to be 7%. First of all, as a very seasoned banker, may I now invite Mr. Joseph Selvanus, Chief Executive Officer of Standard Chartered Bank, for his views.
First, financial inclusion. 1/3, if you have to believe World Bank statistics of 2011, 1/3 of Nepal, of the population of Nepal, has a bank. Whether it's an affirmative bank or it goes down the cooperative sectors, etc., we don't know. You know, we need to see some honesty in the balance sheets that are coming up to us. We need to be sure that the balance sheet numbers actually depict the underlying story of those institutions. There has to be a healthy give and take between industry and us. It is a psychosomatic relationship, and it is only mutually beneficial for each one of us.
So probably Rajan Singh ji can address that issue as the leader of the Bankers Association of Nepal.
हाम्रो वित्तीय क्षेत्र पनि सानो, इफिसिएन्ट र हेल्दी छ। र सानो सेन्स कस्तो भन्दाखेरि अब यो मिड जुलाई 2013 को फिगर हेर्ने हो भने नेपालको वित्तीय क्षेत्र भनेको नेपाल राष्ट्र बैंकबाट इजाजत प्राप्त संस्थाहरूको संख्या हेर्ने हो भने 254 छन्। त्यो पनि सबै मर्जरहरू पश्चात छन्। र आज बैंकहरूको संख्या हेर्ने हो भने कमर्सियल बैंकको संख्या हेर्ने हो भने 31 वटा छ। विकास बैंकको संख्या हेर्ने हो भने करिबन 86 छ। फाइनान्स कम्पनीजहरू 59 छन्। यी बाहेक अरू पनि एनजीओजहरू अरू फाइनान्शियल इन्टरमिडिएट्सहरू चाहिँ छन्। त्यसकारण यो वित्तीय क्षेत्र सानो छ, तर यसले विकासको इकोनोमिक ग्रोथमा यसले बहुत महत्त्वपूर्ण भूमिका खेल्न सक्छ भन्ने कुरा चाहिँ हामी मान्छौँ। र मलाई कदा कदा कस्तो लाग्छ भने जस्तो यो वित्तीय क्षेत्र र ग्रोथको बीचको लिङ्केज चाहिँ हामीमा धेरै बहसहरू पनि भइराखेका छन्, हुने विषय पनि हो। वित्तीय क्षेत्र राम्रो भएपछि ग्रोथ हुन्छ, अथवा भनौँ वित्तीय क्षेत्रले रिसोर्सेसहरू मोबिलाइज गर्छ, प्रोडक्ट युजमा लगानी गर्छ, र त्यसपछि चाहिँ रोजगारीहरूका सिर्जनाहरू हुन्छन्, इन्टरप्रिनरसिपहरू डेभलप हुन्छ, ग्रोथ लिँदै जान्छ भन्ने पनि एउटा छ। अर्को चाहिँ कस्तो हो भने चाहिँ ग्रोथ राम्रो भयो भने वित्तीय क्षेत्रको पनि सुधार हुँदै जान्छ, यसका पनि व्यवसायका चाहिँ प्रचुर सम्भावनाहरू बढेर जान्छन् भन्ने कुराहरू पनि छ।
May I now invite Dr. Ratnakar Adhikari and Rameshwar Khanal, and would like to thank you Rajan Singh Bhandari and Joseph Silvanus. Thank you very much for you.
What are the select empirical findings on trade and growth nexus? There are basically two types of findings that we could see in the academic community, not only academic community but also practitioner communities. The first findings are positive. They say that basically, these have been listed there. You can, go through them. Basically, what they are trying to say is that trade has a powerful linkage with growth. And some have gone to the extent of suggesting that trade has a powerful linkage with growth, and growth has a powerful linkage with poverty reduction. But there are nuanced findings. Some of the nuanced findings include the noted economist from Harvard University, such as Danny Roderick, who suggests that trade do have potential, trade can potentially contribute to growth, but there are a host of other factors, country characteristics as well as external characteristics that would really drive the growth process.
Now I would like to invite Mr. Rameshwar Khanal, former Finance Secretary of Government of Nepal, to talk about the software of growth, governance and management.
Only about 67% of the population has some form of electricity for lighting, but the supply remains uncertain during the time it is needed most. Nearly 39% of the households do not have toilets. 15 million working age population lives in this country, but out of this, nearly 3 million are outside the country for gainful employment. And out of the remaining 12 million, nearly 6 million people are not full-time, are not employed full-time. They are partially employed in agriculture, partially employed in businesses in the rural area. Only 20% of the population, nearly 5.2 million people, has qualification above SLC level. In the last 70 years of SLC examination in Nepal, nearly only 8 million people have passed SLC examination, and those who live are only 5.2 million. And we can bring about the change, improvement only through inclusive and high growth. And that's why an ambition of achieving 7% growth is even low. We should try and achieve a growth rate that is more than 7%.
Without much delay, I would like to invite Dr. Pranav Sen, for his remarks on role of insurance in economic growth.
Now, insurance plays three major roles for economic development of the developing countries like Nepal. A, it safeguards the financial health of the small and medium-sized enterprises. B, it provides information which helps companies make a comparison of risk profiles of the project to ensure that the available resources are put to the best possible use. And C, as institutional investor, insurance companies contribute to the development and well-being and functioning of the capital market. Now, from macroeconomic point of view, insurance industry keeps to mobilize national saving and narrow down the investment gap of developing economies where domestic saving have not been able to meet the huge funding needs arising from the infrastructure projects.
And now I would like to invite Managing Director of Unilever Nepal, Mr. Srikant Srinivas Madhavan.
If I am not optimistic, how do you expect my team to be optimistic? So it starts with us. It starts with me. It starts with everybody in our company. It starts with our salespeople. We have to be optimistic. Yeah? If we are optimistic, I'm very sure growth will come. So we have three things. One is a guiding vision. Everybody in our company is guided by the vision that we are going to be big. So we have internal guidelines of what it will be, but if you knock on everybody, they will tell you what it's going to be in 2016. Yeah? So we are very, very clear about it. If you don't have this, you have already failed for growth. The second one is about optimism, which I talked about. We have to be positive. Yeah? If we are not positive, there is no way anybody in our company is going to go and work and actually get work done. The third one is get the best people. We recruit the best people, we reward them the best, we ensure that we actually retain the best. That's extremely important as we go along.
Now I'd like to invite Salman Latif round, who will talk about the International Business Partnership for Growth. I think he has assured me to be very brief. He comes all the way from Pakistan, brings his expertise working in Afghanistan.
Marketers can create charisma, and after that, whatever you talk, even it's the best of the comedy, it doesn't impact to the people. We have talked, we have listened a lot many problems. We have listened where we are standing. We know our ambitions. But at the same time, are we ready to take actions? That is important. People have talked, what are our problems? What is required to be done? But who will take the first step? That is important. Are we ready to drastically learn from the countries who were exactly at the same position a couple of years back, and now they have turned around? I'll just throw a small example. See Bangladesh. A few years back, where they were, today, whoever traveled to US or Canada or anywhere, go to the largest retail stores, even if you buy a shirt, it comes from Bangladesh. The foreign investment or the industry itself, unless the industry will grow, growth to the country will not come. And that can only come if there is a support from the government. Probably the investors don't need the money from the government, but the support to facilitate the things.
Now we come to probably the most important part of the program of hearing from international guest speakers. May I now invite Mr. Amran Abdul Rahman, Director from Tourism Malaysia, who is also in charge of Nepal and India.
This makes tourism the fifth largest industry in Malaysia's economy after oil, gas, energy, financial services, wholesale, retail, and palm oil. In addition, Tourism Malaysia's homestay program won the United Nations World Tourism Ulysses Award for the innovation in public policy and governance. Ladies and gentlemen, when I say the homestay program, this is something so important to us because this program goes directly to the rural areas where we call the tourism rural community involvement, whereby the tourism money goes directly to them. It's not an easy task, and everything that we have done is not something that we have achieved in the last few years. It has been a plan, and we worked for many, many years in changing the attitude, the mindset of our people, of the government servant, of the civil service, the private sector, and even our leaders. So that takes a lot of hard work and commitment from everybody, the whole country in Malaysia.
There was a strong vision,
a strong visionary leader, and a strong vision from industry. You know, this is very clearly an effort that was led in partnership between domestic industry and the government. But it had to be, you know, led by the government, and it was, you know, supported by a sustained effort. To put this together, it took 15 long months. And over, you know, 10 years, this is what it has become. It required an objective assessment of one's strengths and weaknesses, a dispassionate, you know, assessment of one's strengths and weaknesses, because one cannot be everything to everybody. It required an industry-friendly policy, supportive administration, a brand promise that was actually realized on the ground as well. It couldn't be that the government was saying one sort of things, and then when investors came in, they found something completely different. But when you go to global markets with the government, what people need to hear is that you are happy and you are proud and you are glad to be in Nepal, and you're ready to welcome other people and tell them to come to Nepal.
Now, I would like to invite Mr. Bim Lanswit, a development economist. He particularly brings expertise on connecting community education to development.
The importance of entrepreneurship for achieving economic growth in contemporary economics is widely recognized, both by policymakers and economists. However, the empirical data that will link entrepreneurship to economic growth have until recently been scarce. Entrepreneurship is the missing link between investments in new knowledge and economic growth. But it's also conducive in innovative activity and unrestrained competition. It is the efforts of an individual, the entrepreneur, who goes against the odds in translating a vision into a successful business enterprise. It's a process of searching and exploring an opportunity, an opportunity that has previously been unexplored. Holcomb calls it the engine of economic growth, but there are numerous, at times even contradictory, definitions of entrepreneurship. Now, why would one want to become an entrepreneur? What are the benefits of entrepreneurial skills? First of all, the entrepreneur has the freedom to manage his or her enterprise as he or she wishes. You are your own boss. You are your own master. The entrepreneur is ingenious and creative in finding means that add to his or her own wealth, power, and prestige.
Thank you, Mr. Vim, for your really enlightening presentation and some of the new definition like necessity entrepreneurship having negative impact on the economic growth. Now, I would like to invite Honorable Governor of Nepal Rashtra Bank, who is a guest of honor today, to sum up things and present his views as well.
You need growth, you have to grow. If you have to reduce poverty, if you have to enhance welfare, and if you have to sustain the political gain you have received from your political revolutions or evolutions. So you need growth for all means. The growth you need may be broad-based. The growth you need may be employment intensive. The growth you need may be more egalitarian, more distributive, and justified and inclusive. And for that is 7% of economic growth achievable, which we say doubling the growth from the level of perhaps 3.6% we had last year. Take, for example, if Malaysia could take the growth path with some drivers of growth, it's not necessary that Nepal or Bangladesh or India could be following the same path. India, for example, took the growth path with high exports and also driven by much more of the foreign direct investment. Bangladesh, its single sector government is leading the growth path. For China, it's the openness, it's the large consumer society growing up, and competitive China, people say, and integrated China is leading the growth path. But for all these things, if we look at the sources of growth, they could be either natural resources, They could be either human resources, they could be either capital resources, and then their productivity. And the kind of growth we are looking in the long run cannot be sustained with only natural resources or the kind of capital resources you have. You have to raise the productivity of your human resources. That could be better reflected in innovation and entrepreneurship and the uses of science and technology in your production, so that you could also be more productive, and then it reflects in your total factor productivity, which would be the lasting contribution to the growth process and which could sustain the growth in the long run. I think this kind of discourse would definitely help us to carry forward the common views that we have today, so that we can also pursue this matter with the politicians, and finally that could emerge as the common development agenda for all of us. Let me thank you all for this. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Governor. I only have three sentences, three short remarks to make. First, it is a proof that when you are in passionately love, you forget that you are hungry, you forget that you are tired. So you have proven it today with such a great, great passion to be here with us for 4 hours. That is not a joke. That's my first remark. And second, we'll have a whole long evening, so don't worry, we'll slip a little late today. So bear with us, the award ceremony. But for now, we'll have a short break of 15 minutes and we'll come back.
Asian Paints presents New Business Age Conclave and Business Excellence Awards 2013, the roadmap to doubling of growth of the Nepali economy to 7% GDP, in association with Seagram's Royal Stag and National Insurance Company. 24th August 2013 at Solti Crown Plaza. Media partner Arthik Abhiyan, The Corporate, Himalaya Television, Headlines and Music FM. Supported by Nepal Life Insurance.
सबैलाई रातो टीका सबैलाई नेपाल लाइफ
चिरञ्जीवी भव
नेपाल लाइफ, किनकि जीवन अमूल्य छ।
अब नेपाल लाइफको रु 60 देखि 80 सम्मको सर्वाधिक बोनस दरले उच्चतम प्रतिफल प्राप्त गर्नुहोस्।
ये थिए सामान्य समाचार। अब आर्थिक समाचार। माफ गर्नु होला।
ताजा आर्थिक समाचार खोज्नु भएको
हो।
पढ्नुहोस् आर्थिक अभियान राष्ट्रिय दैनिक। हरेक दृष्टि आर्थिक कोण।
Back then, I had it all. A big mansion, celebrity parents, and some say a silver spoon. But closer to my heart was a question: have I made it large? From silver spoon to the silver screen, and then to a billion hearts. The journey was tough, but Langra Tyagi made it. So did the same question: have I made it large? Even today, it seems I have it all. A black guitar, not a silver spoon. And even today, the same question is closest to me. Have I made it large?
Seagram's Royal Stag Mega Music. It's your life. Make it large.
अरे वाह राकेश, कति महिना अगाडि पेन्ट गरायो? क्या कलर छ? भेरी नाइस।
थ्याङ्क्स।
राम्रो राम्रो देखिरहेछ तिम्रो घर राकेश। भेरी नाइस।
थ्याङ्क्स।
अरे वाह, फ्यान्टास्टिक चमक छ घरको यार। बाबु थोरै लेफ्ट। राकेश, घर धेरै सुहाएको छ यार।
चालेर त फेरि
मैले त उसलाई घुम्टोमा देखेर नै मन पराइसकेको थिएँ। छोरी, तिमी पनि केही भन उसको बारेमा।
हजुर, तपाईँ धेरै नै राम्रो।
नरजाऊ भन।
धेरै राम्रो रङ लगाउनु भएको छ घरमा।
एसियन पेन्ट्स अल्टिमा लगाउनु भयो भने सबै घरको बारेमा मात्रै सोच्छन्। के तपाईलाई मन्जुर छ?
यी हुन् मिस्टर रवि, निमाजीको छिमेकी। अलि ईर्ष्यालु स्वभावका अनि त्यति स्मार्ट सायद हुनुहुन्न। यी हुन् मिस्टर निमा, रविजीको छिमेकी। अलि हँसिलो स्वभावका साथै धेरै स्मार्ट हुनुहुन्छ। निमाजीले आफ्नो घरको टाइलको सुरक्षा गर्न कुन रङ लगाउलान् भनेर रविलाई खस लागेको छ। त्यसैले आज रवि खुसी छन्। तर 5 वर्ष बित्दा पनि निमाजीको घरको टाइल जस्ताको त्यस्तै देखेर रविजी चिन्तित छन्। तर निमाजीको घरमा खुसियाली छाएको छ।
एपेक्स टाइल गार्ड, जसले तपाईको घरको टाइललाई घाम पानी र लेउ लाग्नबाट जोगाउँछ। यसमा छ वर्षाको पानीसँगै टाइल सफा गर्ने लोटस लिफ प्रविधि।
एपेक्स टाइल गार्ड,
राइट चोइस फर ब्राइट पिपल।
Asian Paints presents New Business Age Conclave and Business Excellence Awards 2013, the roadmap to doubling of growth of the Nepali economy to 7% GDP, in association with Seagram's Wellstack and National Insurance Company. 24th August 2013 at Solti Crown Plaza. Media partner Arthik Abhiyan, The Corporate, Himalaya Television, Headlines and Music FM. Supported by